Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Coulthart cannot stop taking the L's. Let's watch and see why, and then we're going to see what people have to say about it. Don't want to miss this.
Unexplainable orbs hovering in a mysterious part of the Australian desert known as Australia's Skinwalker Ranch, captured on video. Take a look at this. An orb, a solid white spherical object appearing to move slowly through the frame. It was a scientist camping in the desert who caught the incredible footage on an infrared digital camera while scanning the sky.
Did she just say scientist?
And that wasn't all he captured. I do want to bring in News Nation special correspondent Ross Coulthart, who interviewed this scientist who captured the footage. Ross, thanks for joining us. It's always good.
Now, we always love when Ross Coulthart gets on the case because, man, he just does not stop until he gets the truth. This clearly is an out-of-focus bug. I get them all the time on my security cameras around the house. But let's see what Ross Coulthart thinks it is.
Good evening, Natasha. Nice to see you too.
And Ross, people have observed orbs specifically in this region dating back hundreds of years. You interviewed the scientist who recorded the videos. What did he think these objects were?
So Dr. Andrew Morgan's a scientist who's been collaborating with another scientist from the US to try and investigate a phenomenon that's been seen in the Australian outback for hundreds of years.
Excuseer, dames en heren. Dus je probeert dan terug je toekomst.
Weird glowing orbs of light that are frequently seen hovering over what we call the outback, which are the big wide open spaces of mainly desert in the Australian interior. And so one of the things that a lot of the debunkers have been...
Ja, ik vind dus dat dit echt niet kan hoor. Ik bedoel, maar nee, maar moeten we nu nog antwoorden of niet? Want ja, dan zwijg ik liever.
Excuseer.
In Australia, they were really struck by these weird glowing orbs of light. And so one of the things that a lot of the debunkers have been saying in response to this vision is that this is just backlit insects moving, through a light that's illuminating the scene, and that they're out of focus insects.
Like, you think the news reporter like Ross Coulthart, who's been on video plenty of times, probably knows how to edit, has definitely got to know what bokeh is. Bokeh, whatever you want to call it. What a turd.
So whatever they are, they're anomalous. They appear to be intelligently moving through the landscape. They seem to be curious. And the average...
Are bugs considered intelligent? I mean, they definitely have brains, but are they intelligent? I don't think so. But maybe. You tell me.
People have talked about these objects for thousands of years. They call them spirits, spirit people. And essentially they are very, very similar. Dr. Morgan and his colleague have published a paper. It's not a coincidence, I think, that this area of the Karajini Desert is very close to a major Australian base that's part of the US national deterrence. Dr. Morgan and his colleague are doing much more rigorous investigations to try and get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Dr. Morgan wrote a research paper on these orbs, and it wasn't accepted by the scientific community. Is that right?
No way. Did she just say that he tried to publish a paper on this? She just asked Ross Coulthart if that was true. Ross Coulthart is now going to pull one of these that science only allows certain things and they don't want anything mysterious because of whatever. That is 100% garbage. I bet you when this guy turned that paper in, those people that read it laughed their asses off. I'm surprised he is considered a scientist anymore. And what scientist was he working with? Was it Bob Lazar by chance, or just some food for thought?
To the whole idea of anomalous phenomena, as you know, Natasha, there's a real resistance to even beginning the study. And it's full credit to Dr. Morgan that he's got the gumption and, frankly, the courage to come out and actually acknowledge that he's been filming these objects. He's been doing this in secret for quite some time. One of the biggest things we get from debunkers is they often say, oh, why do these incidents only ever happen over the United States? And
what are you talking about? I don't say that, Ross. People film shit like this every day. I have at least probably about 100, 200 videos of stuff just like this on my computer right now. So what are you talking about?
Mainly over crowded cities or military bases. And frankly, they don't. They are happening all over the world. And we're not saying they're alien. We're not saying they're necessarily anomalous. But
did he just say that? He just said that he's not saying they're aliens. And he's not necessarily saying they're anomalous. He just wants them to be investigated. Let's go back a few seconds. I'm pretty sure that's what he just said.
They've been anomalous orbs, basically.
Are you Ross? You just need to quit and being an investigator. I mean, I like your accent and stuff, but dude, get another job because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You just said they're not necessarily saying they're anomalous, while just before that saying they're anomalous. You're not saying they're aliens, but you're saying that it's not our technology and it's not anything from this world. So what the hell are you saying, dude? We all know you're a UFO nut. Just admit it.
And that's what Dr. Morgan and his colleague are doing. And they're not jumping to conclusions.
He said they're not jumping to conclusions, but they wrote a scientific paper and tried to turn it in. Are you insane? Wow. God.
Taking very careful scientific measurements. They want to go back with new gear. They do detect changes in the environment that are consistent with anomalous phenomena, electromagnetic phenomena changes, changes in radiation. There's something going on, and they're trying to find out what it is.
It's very interesting, and I know you'll keep us posted. With the time we have, I do want to pivot away from UFO.
She pivots away to something that people care about, the topic of Elon Musk. I think she just is trying to save Ross from some embarrassment because this is truly embarrassing. I'm not going to play any more of this. He just talks about Elon Musk. Let's go through and look at some of these comments. We'll see if we can have a laugh. This guy says, I have an infrared camera in the house. I've noticed a few orbs, but I also noticed that they appeared after the dog, who was sleeping very close by, got up and had a good shake. Yes, it was drifting dust. He said if you want to be famous, maybe make some coin. Delete this tweet. Claim it as a space ghost. Go on News Nation. Then testify to Congress. That's how you do it. Ross, with his instant galloping after anything extraordinary, make his UFO efforts look clownish and infantile. Yeah, you're right. This whole UFO thing is extremely embarrassing for humanity. This is just embarrassingly bad. How anyone still listens to Coulthart is beyond me. The guy is going for Jamie Malzahn's record for spreading bullshit. Malzahn's another one of those. You don't know who that is. Jaime Malzahn. How delegitimizing. That's okay. Oh no, it looks like you are going to have to finally withdraw from the subject matter to protect your hard-earned reputation. All these people are actors in a circular play designed to waste your time, confuse you, and distract you. Half grifters, half different disinformation agents. Yep. Gullible people will eat it up and assume they were summoned. Look at this guy. What the hell is that? Ross, such a shame. Ross Coulthart may consider curbing his koala juice intake. Yeah, see this right here, guys. This is really smart. Look, I have watched these guys roll out video after video with zero professional analysis. Without that, myself and anyone else interested in the truth can't take them seriously. Been doing it for years. This is the guy that took the video. Can't believe I know what he's talking about. This is the DuckTales episode from 1980s. Yep. See this? There's another video. Ross is spot on. You just have to replace the word scientist with the word stupid fucking idiot. Just when you think Coulthart can't possibly stoop lower, he produces this heap of garbage. I imagine we still haven't seen his low point. American audiences aren't exactly the most educated, intelligent in the world of this UFO stuff. It's clearly aimed at them. Yeah, I'll have to agree. Too many suckers to collect ad revenue from. I wish I could find them. You have to be kidding me. Someone should revoke this scientist's credentials. News Nation, the Sci-Fi Channel. Unidentified aerial particles. What a pile of shit. They are trashing him on here. Clowns. Ross Coulthart really scraping the barrel to meet content quota for his News Nation's job. That sums it up right there. The sad part is, they aren't embarrassed by it at all. That's correct. So there's a little insight on what people actually think about Ross Coulthart and his journalism. That was a lot of comments from X, but there were a lot more. I just couldn't keep going and going. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was eye-opening for you. If you would, please do subscribe, like, and share this video with whoever you think may like it. Thanks, guys. Later.
Ja, ik vind dus dat dit echt niet kan hoor. Ik bedoel, maar nee, maar moeten we nu nog antwoorden of niet? Want ja, dan zwijg ik liever.
Excuseer, echt. Dames en heren, excuseer.